Good. You are looking good, my friend. It looks like you are looks like you're in the Bahamas, looking nice. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Looking good. Good to see you. Caesar, you are looking sharp, my friend. You look like you're in the Bahamas, looking for things ready to go, rock and roll. Looking good. Okay, sounds good. We are looking good, my friend. Okay, we're going to have a great time. We got a lot to talk about today. I mean, pipelines held hostage, day 4. We left at the dark side, moving on the dark side. You are the man. There we go.
Good morning. This is Cesar Delgado from Banks Road of Illinois on Foreign Progress. I am with Phil Flynn. Good morning. This is Cesar Delgado from Banks Road of Illinois on Foreign Progress. I am with Phil Flynn.
Awesome.
How are you, Phil?
I'm doing great, Caesar. It's great to be back with you, especially in such a interesting time in the grain markets. A lot of times when we talk about grains, we don't get the national press like everybody else likes to, but now everybody's talking about corn prices going through the roof. We're talking about the Mississippi getting shut down, causing prices to tank. And we're talking about a super cycle in the grain market. So it's been a very exciting time. And it's great to see grains get some headlines.
Yeah. Could you turn on your camera?
Sure, I thought it was on. Okay, I'd be happy to. There we go. Is it working? Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Oh, there it is. There's my camera. Hi, guys. How are you? Sorry about that. I thought the camera was on, but apparently not. Let's see if I can fix your lighting a little bit. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll do a little bit. Light in the background seems to be a little scary looking here. I'm going to change the light real quick. Hold on. There we are. There we go. A little bit better. Hey. I think that looks a little bit better. We got to do everything we can to make me look good. That's what I am. So hold on a sec. There we go. Much better. How's that? Huh? Are we looking good? Looking good there. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's good to see you too. I think you're looking great. I love that corn stalk behind you, man. I'll tell you, it looks like a Hollywood studio where you got that thing. Huh? Is that real? Is that real out there? Is that what I'm looking at? Huh?
thinks, no bro.
Oh, darn it. Well, we got to keep the magic of television going, right? Ooh, the magic of video. So we see where all this stuff goes on. But I'll tell you, I mean, we're going to need crops looking bigger than that if we're going to, get things going. We're going to need some incredible yields, especially when we look at the fact of the USDA report, which I think shows that, the inventories of corn especially are the tightest they've been, in years.
Yes, but we are going to be same like in 2012.
Yeah, very interesting. If you make the comparisons to 2012, where we had this incredible rally, into 2013. Remember that? Those were the good old days, right? We saw corn get up to, I think, 840, was it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, those were some pretty good markets. And based on the charts, I see no reason why we couldn't retest those levels again. I think you and I talked about it the last time. You look at the long-term chart on corn, the monthly charts, it saw a breakout, you target there. And, the greedy trader in me says, hey, maybe 840 might be cheap, if we don't get a good crop, because if you look at that monthly chart, it really projects it could go a lot higher. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that with this recent big sell-off that we've had in grain, that maybe the party's over. It's time to call it a day and the grain rally's over. I do not believe it. Now, day to day, could we go down another 30 cents, 40 cents? Maybe, but I don't think the problem's going away. And I think that I would be looking at the sell-off as a great buying opportunity to put on some options, because I still think there is significant upside risk in the grain complex. How about that oil? Yeah.
How about oil markets?
Yeah, I mean, the oil markets, what a historic week here. I think we're feeling vulnerable in the oil markets, not because of where the market is, but the way that hackers can take over pipelines. I mean, what happened, last Friday, a week ago today, Russian hackers, or at least Eastern European hackers, took control of the biggest pipeline in this country, held us out for ransom. And it was really an attack not only on oil infrastructure, but on America. I mean, this was a very serious situation, and it's something that's going to have to be looked at seriously. I mean, I think I look at the gasoline prices. We went above $3 a gallon for the first time in 6.5 years, but I think we're going to go there anyway. I think that there has been some things happening in the oil market where we've underinvested in refinery capacity. I think we've seen a big pullback, and I think that that's had a big problem here. I'm on the radio.
It's an unfortunate situation in the U.S. included and Mexico.
Yeah, I think it is an unfortunate situation, and I think throughout the country it is, because it has a big impact when it comes to supply. And the bigger thing is that cybersecurity is the new war. This was an attack on our soil. It was an attack on our economy, and we have to respond, because if we don't, it's going to happen again. This time they paid these hackers $5 million, and now they're supposedly disappearing, but they're going to come back again. Our enemies are watching, and the way that we handle this really is dependent, on our service. Look at the panic we saw, across the country. People hoarding gasoline supplies. I think that the Biden administration has to treat this as the number one priority in this country because it's the biggest risk to this country. Listen, this time it was a pipeline, right? Next time it could be, a nuclear power plant. They could hold the world hostage, or one of our enemies, like an Al Qaeda type, take over, a refinery and blow it up, or whatever. So this is serious. It has to be dealt with, and it's got to be dealt with now.
Oh my goodness, that's messed up. I am sorry about my thoughts, but in Mexico, they have become more better in the oil industry.
It's kind of funny. If you go back and you look at the history of oil in Mexico, they basically commandeered U.S. oil companies and took over our supplies. And for years, because Mexico was run mainly by the government, Pemex is their biggest oil company, the government ran that into the ground. And it's weird because Mexico is sitting on some of the most prolific supplies of oil in the continent, in the Gulf of Mexico and other places. But because of bad investment decisions in Mexico, they had to import oil. I mean, which is crazy. On top of that, you're sitting on a bunch of oil supply and you don't have enough refining capacity for your own country. It's like, what are you thinking here? Build the darn refinery, people. But that's been okay for U.S. refiners because what happens is the oil goes down from Mexico back to the U.S. We turn it into gasoline and send it back to them. I guess that's good for trade. But there's no doubt that I think the new president in Mexico has done a better job in running the oil company. They're becoming more of a force, and I think that's a good thing.
The president, don't allow the oil traded with U.S. The president, don't allow the oil traded with U.S. included in Canada as well.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, when we talk about the Biden administration and right now that they're more interested in climate change than they are in oil, they killed the Keystone pipeline coming down from Canada. That caused prices to go up. They're in a war right now with the pipeline coming in from Canada through under the Mackinac River, Mackinac Island, and that's Line 5 Enbridge, and they're fighting about the North Dakota pipeline. I think it's time that we wake up and we realize that pipelines are an important part of this country. And if we're going to be using fossil fuels for years to come, and it's ridiculous not to build more pipeline. The environmentalists that say the pipelines are a risk are underestimating the real risk to the economy when pipelines don't work. In fact, pipelines are the safest way to move oil and gas. Are they 100% perfect? No, but there's nothing that is. But I will tell you, Line 5, Enbridge, it's operated for 100 years without a leak. And now they're trying to put in the safest pipeline in history. To block it is just ridiculous. It's about time we wake up and smell the coffee in this country. Look at the reality of climate change and handle it in a way that that makes sense. But just throwing a lot of money at green energy projects and canceling traditional energy projects is bad. Yeah, it's funny. You make a good point. Southern Illinois used to be one of the biggest producers. Illinois used to be like Texas. We were competing with Texas as one of the biggest oil producers in the world at one time. We were like the Saudi Arabia of the country. Of course, then peak oil, and we started to run the wells in Illinois dry. But guess what? They're back. Fracking is making Illinois become a major factor, and I think we're going to start to see more oil production, of course, unless the government shuts down fracking, which is what they might want to do. We need a balanced energy policy, and all this ridiculousness about everybody driving electric cars without realizing, that electric cars take as much greenhouse gas emissions to produce, more so than a regular car. So we have to be smart. We need an everything and above energy policy.
Are you serious about Illinois?
I am serious about Illinois. Illinois was a major oil producer back in the day. They really were. Back in the 50s and 60s, they were one of the biggest oil producing states, right up there with Texas. The wells ran dry because they didn't have the technology that they have today. And now, with new technology, they're going back into some of these old wells that they thought were tapped out, and they're finding that they have more life. That goes back to the fallacy of peak oil, right? Hey, we're going to hit an oil, and, the US would stop producing oil, and oh my gosh, we were in this decline, which happened, but technology and high prices is changing that. That's why the US became energy independent. We were the biggest oil producer in the world, biggest gas producer in the world. And so that changed everything. And it's really silly to walk away from that achievement that we really have been trying to get from the 1970s. Yeah, Illinois, I'll tell you, big oil producer. Maybe it'll be a big oil producer again. We've got to get a big cowboy hat for you. You can go down there like J.R. Ewing, right? And then you can be an oil baron, give this corn stuff up and, become like, Dallas in Illinois, right? Maybe you should be drilling for oil, take some of those cornfields and start drilling for oil. If we might strike some black gold. Yeah, like Jerry Jones. That's right. Good point. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, made a huge bet on natural gas when everybody thought natural gas was dead. And boy, oh boy, it paid off big for him. Jerry Jones is a smart guy, smart investor. And he sees what I see. And actually Europe sees, everybody was saying, Europe was saying, oh, we don't want natural gas. We want to become green, to join the Paris Climate Accord. Finally, just recently, Europe just woke up and smelled the coffee that the only way they can do that is to, use more natural gas. So that was a big change for sure. Jerry Jones could be the next. The next president. Well, He might be. I don't know. I'll tell you, he's not very. I say he's a little baggage with him. I think he'll be a little bit controversial, but I think they love him in Dallas, right? They got to love him in Dallas. So, Texas. The big question is where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? Right? That's the big question. That's the only thing I'm really worried about in football right now. No, actually, the Bears might end up with the best quarterback in the league. We'll have to see. Or in the division, I should say. All right, good. Yeah, Terry Bradshaw could be the Secretary of State. I like that. I think that's a good idea. Maybe we can get Jay Cutler out there. He could be the ambassador to to Europe. Yeah, I think it would be great. Get the old guys back there. So anyway, but I'm very excited for farmers. I think there's going to be some good opportunities this year, good things for ethanol, and we got a good economy. So let's just not mess that up. We got things going, a lot of stimulus and a lot of demand coming out of China. So I just want to say thanks for having me, my friend. I mean, this was great. It was really awesome. We're going to have to do it again. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've actually, Chip, I don't think I don't even know if I've met them face to face to be with Dave, but I'll tell Chip and Dave he said hi next time I talk to him. But yeah, that would be awesome. Do you know where he broadcasts out of? I don't even know where he broadcasts out of. Where's he out of? Do you know? Yeah, we'll probably make that happen. I don't know if I have the. I'll figure something out. We could do that. Where are they located? Do you know? Caesar. Anyway.
Iowa.
Iowa. Hey, I like Iowa. That's it. I got clients in Iowa, so I could do a double duty when I'm down there, right? Anyway, hey Caesar, I'm gonna have to get running here. Do you have any more questions for me, my friend, before the weekend? Yeah. How does that work? If you want to send me some information on it, I'll take a look at it. So. Sure. Yeah, we can. I'd love to. We'll make that happen. Make that happen. All right, buddy. All right, Caesar. It was great having me. And thank you so much. I mean, everybody had a great time. Tell everybody at the Fox Business Network you said hi. Stuart, Maria. Definitely Liz Clayman. Tell them all that you said hi. I will for sure. You are the man, Caesar. I'm going to have to let you go, my friend. Have a good weekend. Be safe. All right. Keep it going, buddy. All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now. Thank you, sir. All right, buddy. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.